the most tremendous new musical experience you can have.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Logan, and I'm here bringing y'all this indie review to this artist named Soundmind for his debut project called Museik4no1. Now, the way I found out about this guy, he actually emailed me, hit me up. He is friends with Lil Brick, who I reviewed his project Road to Ouroboros, which I really enjoyed. Again, shout out to him. Album should be coming soon. I will have a review for that whenever that comes out. But back to Soundmind. This is his debut album. Based on the email, he actually recorded this one really quickly. Didn't take very long at all. Looking back on it, he says he does wish that he would have taken more time on it. I could see how that would have been more beneficial as I go down on this review, but overall, for the amount of time that it took to make this one, I really enjoyed it. I think his delivery and his voice work very well for the sound he's going for. It's a smooth flow with some really good writing, some good lyricism. Again, considering the budget, considering it is an indie project, the production is really good, very clear, coming through with an overall darker vibe. Just very similar to Lil Brick's project. As for the cons on this one, it can be slow at times. Again, it being a darker vibe all throughout, but this time going for 12 songs in 41 minutes, it can't just be a little slow at times. And with the tone overall being dark, it's not one that you can just casually listen to at any given time. You know, you kind of have to go into this one knowing what you're getting and be in that mindset to be able to listen to that. You know. Now, if I'm going to talk about the tracks of note, I really only have two that I wrote down here, although there are other tracks that I did enjoy. The specific two I want to talk about is Nitro, which is the intro track. It sets the tone very well with some dark, minimal production and very lyrical overall. And then after that, I want to talk about Alone, which features Lil Brick. Again, this is a really dark and kind of sad track. There's a slight guitar bass line going all throughout to bring the beat along. It's going on in the background, kind of adding some mystique to the beat. But here it covers a mistake and an apology with a loved one and how alone you can feel during the disagreement, you know, stuff like that. Really enjoyable song, and really good feature by Lil Brick. Again, you know how I feel about his music. But overall, if I'm going to talk about this one, you can tell that this guy, Soundmind, is doing it because he really enjoys this, because he really loves it. He even mentions that, saying, you know, I'm doing this for me. I'm not doing this for the fame, just for the game, you know. And I love that. I love when younger artists say stuff like that. It's like they're not trying to make it big. Like, yes, of course, that's always the goal, but like, I'm doing this because it's what I love to do. It's what I enjoy to do, and I just want to share it with everyone else, you know. I thought it was a very solid use of sound to get the tone out there. Very solid use of samples as well. I really enjoyed the Tupac sample on No Calls. Make sure to check that song out. I enjoy how the second half of this project is a lot less dark than the first half. It's more lyrically focused, pretty much going for just bars throughout. I think the first half really kind of has a set tone and is like the story part of this project, whereas the second half just has more individualistic songs that break the mold of this album for the most part and provide you with more lyricism. I really enjoyed that. It does help to break this album up to where it's not just one 41-minute just dark, sad project. And again, not that every song is like that, but that is the vibe going through a lot of these songs. So that does help to break it up a bit, although it does not ease you of the fact that a lot of it is still dark and can be, as I say, hard to get through if you're not in the mood for that. You know, not saying that it's not good music. It is still very good music, very solid music. Just, it's not something that you can sit through at any given moment. Again, if I had to make any suggestions, it would just be to up the energy overall. Like, if you came with a little bit more energy, if you came with a little bit more flair to the music, maybe. There are times where the delivery can get a little monotone, and I think that's more just with the case that the beats, while the production is good, only fit with one tone, so you're constantly going with that same tone throughout most of the project, it can sound a little monotone. Now the idea of that is not lost on me. I get it. That's what you're going for. That's what you enjoy. That's how you want it to sound. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. If that's your sound, I'm just saying there could be more enjoyment to be found with mixing it up a little bit in there, overall, yeah, just the engagement of this project, giving some different sounds in there throughout. Either that, or if you're going to go for one sound, cut it down to a little bit shorter, make it 20-25 minutes, or maybe even less. That way, if you are only going through one sound, you're just getting through it right there. I mean, that's a lot easier to digest all at one time, but overall, I know I seem like I'm digging into this one a little bit, but really that's just me giving examples of how to go on moving forward. Really, I did very much enjoy this project, and if I'm going to give it a rating, it's going to be a 7 to 7.5 out of 10. I mean, I definitely want to come back to this one more often. I really enjoyed it, and I think there are some high positives on this one and not very many low negatives, just areas of small improvements, Overall, I really appreciate you reaching out to me and let me review your music. Keep up the hard work, man. I think you have a very solid future going forward, and I look forward to hearing your next project, which as he did say, he plans to put more time into it, take his time with it and craft it a little bit more. I think that's a great thing. I think that's a great way to move forward. I always enjoy projects where the artist takes their time to make sure that it's exactly how they want it to sound. Do not feel bad about this project, though, and the fact that you didn't take as much time as you may have wished you would have taken, though, because I do not think that this was a mistake to release this. I think it was still a very solid project. And, I mean, for your first project ever, you can't complain about that. You cannot complain about that at all. So, again, appreciate you reaching out to me. For anyone watching this, I appreciate y'all sitting through this review. Make sure to go check this one out. It's out on SoundCloud. That's where I listen to it. Really enjoyable listen. Make sure to hit the like button. Comment your thoughts on this project. If any of you have any projects you want me to listen to, make sure to look in my bio. Hit me up in my email. Make sure to hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell for notifications. And I appreciate y'all, and we'll hit y'all up next time.